we don't want to wait that long. So I'll show you the ones I had. I made 3 here in HeyGen, and I made a few more in CR because I have a VIP account already, but it works in the similar way. So as an example, what I notice is better if the model is a bit further and not too close because they tend to be a bit agitated. You have to fine tune to try a softer way of speaking and different paces with your audio file. But overall, the final result is still pretty decent, especially as we're looking at it. I will find the mouth is a bit too agitated, but frankly, the result is I already know it's AI, but the majority of Instagram users won't know. And this one, because it's kind of close up, it's not as telling when you're a bit further. So I say with this level. So this one, let's do it a bit in a bigger range. Does it feel weird at all, especially a bit like a TV presenter, but otherwise it doesn't feel bad. This one, another one. This last step is a bit weird, but not too bad actually. Really reminds me of a TV news reporter that is walking while working. And because the initial image was actually doing a movement motion, so AI naturally animated it accordingly. So I'm going to show you the same examples, the same pictures and audio in HeyGen, in the art, because I tried it there as well. And you can try both. The thing is, you can create 3 of these videos for free on HeyGen. And if you have a free CArt account, you will be able to create 1 per day. So it's already pretty good to get started without spending money. Except that in HeyGen, you do have the watermark. So you will have to crop it out and to size the final video to crop it out in CapCut or something like that. Let's see the HeyGen, the CArt ones. Let me put the sound and remove something out of the way. All right. I would say slightly more agitated than the one in HeyGen, but still pretty close. Let's see the next one. Okay. Pretty good. In this one, she doesn't move her hands. In HeyGen tends to be a bit more trained and full body animation, but this is pretty good. The one has the hands a bit more involved again, but especially as you can create 1 of these for free per day. And I tried a few more on the art. That's not pretty good. The tone is a bit different. It's a different audio file, in this case, a bit softer. And last but not least, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty good. Especially as you download, it's going to be a higher quality. But yeah, so both apps. This one is let's say an app. Link it down below, and if you create an account and use the invite code, you will get additional credits. But yeah, go try for yourself. Create different 11 Labs file, different high quality picture. Remember, the initial picture must be high quality, so the video will be high quality. And yeah, you can try a lot of these, and your content will feel more real, will add more personality, and again, tailor it and adapt it to your niche and make it interesting. So here's a simple suggestion that opens so many possibilities. You can basically copy the most viral content and reproduce it with your own model. And it's a bit like the Modelify Chrome extension that copies pictures, but for videos. All right, so how it works, you go to Kling, in Kling Video, and then in Kling Video, you want to select multi-element. When you select it, yeah, it will switch back to Kling 1.6, at least as of today. Then you upload a video that is suitable to be swapped for your model. In this case, I selected one from a famous AI model, stuffed with pink. We're going to see it in a second. So upload this one. All right. And then you have to select the part you want to replace. In this case, we want to replace the model with our own. So you just click on basically on the model, and yeah, the AI is pretty good. It will detect the entire body. And then to make sure that the entire body is detected throughout the video to be replaced, use a small one as like 10 seconds video or something like that, otherwise it can break. But yeah, you click on preview full selected area. You wait like just a few seconds. It's gonna play the video while showing the subject that is detected and as you select it. Okay, let's see. Okay, great. So once you're happy with that, especially for a simple movement like this, the AI works very well. Okay, confirm. And then you add the image that of the model that you want to put instead of the existing one. It's better if you put a picture that has all the body parts that appear. So in this case, it's like full body up to the knees. So it's good to select another model that shows like that. And so in this case, I'm gonna put this one. Okay, it's gonna analyze the image, and then again, you select what you want to reference. You click directly on it. Actually, click on subject first, yeah, and then you confirm that's the person, the subject, the person you want to swap with the other one. She can only find even the costume and etc. You can do many possibilities, but let's start with a simple one that works already very fine. Your model instead of the one in the existing video. Okay, now the credit spending will depend on basically on the length of the video for 10 seconds, up to 10 seconds. Like more than 5 seconds is going to be 100 credits, up to 5 seconds is like 50 credits, so depending on what you want to create. Now scroll down, you want to leave or deactivate sounds. Personally, I'd rather deactivate it because sometimes it makes them talk as well, or they like the mouth moves. So I'd rather keep it simple and control the audio differently. So in this case, just type that it's swap the woman from basically from the image one for the woman in the video two. So yeah, if it's a man, just type it's a man, but yeah, that's the idea. Swap woman from image one for woman from video. Okay, and then click on generate. Okay, and it's gonna take like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll pause the video and the recording and will resume when it's finished. All right, and it's finished now. So let's look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's put it in big. Yeah, it even kept the shiny part of the legs because she was basically kind of wet t-shirt things. But yeah, that works pretty fine. The background is slightly animated. Again, you have to try a few and see which one will match. But look, the hair is moving. Also, the original picture is really good, so that's why it looks high quality. Maybe I'll add a little bit of film grain to make it look slightly less CGI, but frankly, it's already pretty good as is. One more thing I will change, although since the subject is different from the original one, but the background is a bit similar, I will probably flip the picture, mirror it basically, and maybe add a slightly different color filter or something like that, just to make it that the background doesn't look exactly like the other one, although most people would probably not notice. But just again, a little thing to make it slightly more unique. But frankly, as is, it's already good to go. But yeah, we are professionals, so let's add this extra 5%, 10% to make it perfect. So yeah, probably a little film grain that I will add maybe in CapCut, for example. A filter to make it slightly darker, and also make it so that the background changes a bit. Yeah, for that I will just flip the camera, and that will be okay. Flip the video. But yeah, there you have it. I mean, just with this example, you can imagine all the possibilities you can do for your own niche, and for everything else. Now, that's up to you to figure it out. But for partners, we will work together on examples tailored to the niches we are already working on together.
Alright, so in this module I'm going to teach you how to properly organize your content because it can seem simple but you can get lost very fast, okay? So what I want you to do is to create 3 folders, okay? Obviously you can just use Google Drive. It's very good to work. You don't need like really like paid tools or whatever. If then you need more storage, you can just pay, but it's like $3 or $10 per month, okay? So first you're going to create a folder for IG, okay, for images and reels, okay, per account. So you have your content organized and it's already ready to be scheduled, okay. Then you need a Telegram content folder, okay, for daily images, videos, and voice notes. Remember, you don't post the same on IG, you don't post the same on Telegram, and you do not post the same on FanView as well, okay. Then you are going to need a folder for FanView, okay, for the feed post, so the everyday post as you have on IG and Telegram. Then you are going to need folder for the scripts, okay, 1 folder per script, and then content for PPVs, which are all the like spicy videos that are just one shots, okay, that are not directly in a script folder. It can be like just as photos or like tits photos, whatever, because some subs they want like very specific content, okay. So chaos kill grows. This is important. You need organization, okay? Like folders, organization, then you have control, and then you can grow properly, okay? Especially that at first you maybe don't think you need it, but then when you're at scale and you create more than 100 content per day, it can get messy real fast, especially when you start hiring VAs, so basically employees. You need to have a proper structure, okay? So organize your content so you always know what to post, where to post, and when. Okay, when you have all of that sorted, you are less stressed, and your agency is actually going to grow. Okay, this is how you scale without confusion. Every piece of content has a purpose, and you need to track all of your content. So where are your content, and obviously, how are your content performing, so that you know what is going to be your next content. All right, so this module is about the action step that you need to take. But when I say you need to take, you actually need to do it, okay? This isn't like just a theory module. I want you to really get started on it and actually screenshot this and come back to this when you're actually implementing it, because you really need to do it step by step, okay? The goal is to build the machine now, okay? You are going to create, okay, content. Then you are going to always track what is your content doing. Is it doing good views, bad views, etc.? Does people like it? Is there comments, etc.? And then you are going to test new content and do again, and again, okay? Once your content engine is ready, the traffic and sales will do the rest, okay? You need to really build a system that you can repeat every single day, and then after that automate this and delegate it, okay? And then this is how you're going to make sale. You are not just randomly doing content from time to time and hoping that some content works. It's just not how it works, okay? And when you have some content that works, you just need to see what is working best and do 10 times more, okay? And 10 times better, okay? So step 1, define your niche and your visual style. Obviously, this is before even you actually create your model, okay? Then you are going to create your base AI model, okay? The model that you actually think is going to be good. And this, you do it on Seart most of the time, and you are just going to end up with 1 or 2 images, okay? And then you want to create 50 images. So at least you have a very good idea of your model, and you already have a stock of photos to create the fan view account, start posting, the IG, the Telegram, and everything, okay? Then you have the voice message. You can just create it on 11 Lab and create 10 voice message. This take like 10-15 minutes. Don't spend too much time on this, okay? You're going to build your folder system and organize your content, just as I told you before. So all the safe for work and not safe for work content for social media, etc. You fill all the folder, and later on you are going to post. You do not just create some content and start posting it. It's just not how it works, okay? Then step 6, when you have all of that, okay, you can actually post content, test, you can track the data that is doing, and then adjust your strategy and do more tests, okay? Track the best videos on IG and Thread, if you do IG and Thread, okay, which most people are doing, and this is the main traffic that I'm doing, okay? The one doing 2 times more view compared to your other content are the one that you want to push even more and do 10 times more of those content, and with way better quality, right? Remember, your content is not the actual goal. You are not an AI designer, okay? Your goal, your job is to make money, okay? How do you make money? With a strong lead magnet, okay? Your job is actually being a marketer. You are marketing your product, which is the AI model pay-per-view content, okay? So your job is to create a good lead magnet, which are the IG Reels, for example, which are just advertising, okay? It's just that it's organic advertising, okay, compared to like paid advertising. You're not paying the platform to push your content. You are just doing good content that is going to appeal to the user, and IG will push your content, okay? Your real work happens in the chats, okay? Your content just need to get them there, okay? So first, your first main job is to get the traffic, okay? Get views, etc. with all of that I talked to, okay? And then the second biggest part is in the chats, because then even if you have the not safe work, like the nude content, the nude images, the nude video, then you need to build relationship, talk with the guy in the DMs, and actually sell them the content with the right price, at the right timing, with in the right way, okay? You basically get their attention and make them emotionally engaged. So it's the same. as when you're on IG, you want to hook them, you hook them in the chat, it's the same, and then get them emotionally engaged, otherwise they are not just going to buy content out of nowhere, okay? This is what you do on FineView as well, okay? So your job is to do all of that, to just get their attention on IG or any other social media that you use and redirect them to your FineView account thanks to the content that you created and posted on social media. All right. So in this module, we are going to talk about the marketing, which is obviously very important. Okay. So you need to understand that traffic equal money. Obviously, that's where the customer, that's where the subscriber come from. Okay. If you have no traffic, you won't do any money. Okay. That's the basics. All right. This is a traffic business before anything else. Okay. When we say that you're running an AI agency, you are basically just running a marketing agency. Okay. The product is the pay-per-view content. Okay. It's your AI girl. Okay. Or guy, whatever. But the value is created in the beginning in the marketing. Okay. How you will market this girl. And that's why we talk about branding, etc. etc. Okay. You could have the perfect model, the most insane content, but if no one will see it, you are invisible. Okay? If you have the best quality content, if you have the best chatter, etc., etc., if no one sees it, you are going to be invisible and do no money. Okay? Beginners over focus on content quality, okay, and under invest in distribution. Okay. So what I mean by that is that yes, you need to do high quality content, but I see so many students that are basically spending way too much time on trying to have the best quality content or the best ideas, etc., or try to do like the best warm up or have the best IG account, etc. When in fact, you need to really create a content machine, okay? Which is how are you going to create the highest quality content with the best idea, the best editing, without spending too much time on that, so that you can actually produce content at scale. And I'm going to talk about this in the other module, since this is just the introduction. Okay, so how much and how long you spend on each content and how many content you can do. Okay, because there is always a little bit of luck, and the more content you produce, the more chances you have to go viral. Okay, do not aim to be perfect, aim to be seen over and over. Okay, you are not trying to do the perfect content, you're just trying to make millions of views. Okay, and how do you do that? You need to have a unique model and unique content that are actually engaging, that you would actually watch, okay, and watch again and share with your friends, etc. So it must be like either shocking, funny, sexy or whatever. Okay. Volume and consistency equal attention, and attention equal potential money. Okay, and I say potential money. It's not because you get views, it's not because you get like a subscriber with like a free trial that you're necessarily going to make money. Okay, because you can, most subs, they subscriber, they will never even answer. Okay, so you need a high volume of content, okay, consistency, so that every day you post to get their attention. Okay, so if you have to choose between perfect content and high reach, always choose high reach. Okay, I've seen so many bad content of mine and other models getting viral, and it's very shit quality. You see it's an AI, the arms are bugging, the fingers are bugging, and it's still doing a lot of reach. Okay, and I prefer to have lots of views than the perfect content with no views. Okay, because an average content seen by enough people will convert and it will generate you subscriber, and that's what you want. Okay, so let's see each other in the next module. So Instagram is going to be your main traffic source. Okay, it is my main traffic source, and it's the main traffic source of a lot of agencies, even the biggest agencies. So you don't have to try to reinvent the wheel and find weird platforms, etc. You can have more than 80% of your traffic come from Instagram, or even like 100%. Okay. IG is number one. Okay, nothing come as close as IG. There is other traffic source like X, which is the old Twitter. You have like Reddit, you have TikTok, you have YouTube, dating apps, all this sort of stuff, but nothing come close to IG. Trust me. Okay. So when you work with IG, you want to start with like 2 accounts or even 1 account. I see too many students that try to go and create 5 accounts or whatever. It's completely useless. If you start posting 1 or 2 times per day when you're a beginner, just having 2 accounts, it's already a lot of work for you, because you don't have the systems in place. You don't have VAs to delegate the work, etc. And you are more trying to look for data than from getting viral. Okay, you are trying to see which content work, which content doesn't work, how long it takes you to actually create reels, etc. etc. Okay, once you get 500 views consistently, I mean minimum per reel, it means that your account is not shadow banned, there is no problem with your account, and that you can actually go and do more of those videos. Okay, then you can open more accounts, maximum 4 accounts per phone. And why is that? Is because when you have too much accounts per phone, it can trigger like a verification and it can make the account banned. Okay, and when you get one account banned, it can ban all the Instagram accounts that are linked on the same device. So you don't want to put all your eggs on the same basket. It's very like risky to have more account, and it happened to me many times. I had like 6, because it depends, you can have 5, 6, 7, 8, it depends, okay, account on one IG, and when you get one ban and everything is banned, is really not something you want to happen, trust me. Okay, if creating a new account from scratch, you can pick a simple username. Okay, like first name and last name, or hobby or emotion. Once again, the name doesn't matter at all. Just try to do a name that is simple to remember. Okay, because the guys have like a short attention span and they don't remember stuff. Okay, that's the one that are on IG. And you want to make it, if possible, look kind of like a reel. You see what I mean? Not XX, babe, tits, whatever. It's very bad. I don't know, like Alice and another name. Okay, so this way, Alice Carter, for example. So at least you have a natural looking name. But what is even most important in that is to actually have a name that is consistent from your IG to your Telegram to your FanView account, so you don't get people lost. And then you can do variation with whatever. You can add a dot or a number at the end, or X or whatever, you don't care, as long as the name is consistent and there's like first name and last name. Okay, if you are using an aged account, wait 24 hours after, okay, that you bought the account, because if you have age account, you bought it. Okay, wait 24 hours before logging and before changing the username, otherwise it might trigger like a verification and get the account banned. Okay, always change the IP address before making a change on the account. Okay, so the best method is to use a 4G or 5G SIM card, okay, in your phone. So like, do not use the Wi-Fi. You can toggle the airplane mode on and off before switching. Okay, this way you will have a new IP. Okay, otherwise it can trigger verification and it can ban your account. Yes, it's very weird, but that's how it works. Okay, Instagram track edits and will link account using the same IP, increasing ban risk. That's what I was saying before. If you have multiple IG accounts at the same place on the same phone, they are going to be linked by IG and you risk a ban for all your accounts. Okay, if one account is banned, other link via IP may be suspended too. Okay, it's safe to share the same IP only for basic action like browsing and story viewing. Okay, forget to talk about this. Do 2 account, new SIM, airplane mode. Don't do edit multiple account on the same IP. This is highly important. Okay, so we'll see each other in the next module. So I'm going to explain you exactly the Reels framework for IG and Thread, okay, how you should structure your content production. First of all, I added it here, top right, which is very important. Whenever you want to post a reel or whatever, you need to ask yourself, would you actually stop scrolling to watch the reel? Okay, but actually, like you need to put yourself into the customer shoes. You see this, are you going to stop and watch it or not? Okay. Would you actually like it compared to other reels? Compare it to the last 3 reels that you saw. Would you actually like it? Like press the like button and would you actually enjoy it? Okay. Would you actually even share this reel to your friends saying like, oh, you should see this, it's crazy? Okay. Would that make you watch more of this creator? Is it a one-off reel that is okay if it was good? Or you're like, okay, I really want to see even more of that, and you click on the profile and you go look at all the other reels. I'm sure it already happened to you. This is what you need to ask yourself for every single reel that you create, okay? And this, afterwards, you're going to be able to teach it to your VAs. Sorry. Start by creating viral content from your niche and add your own twist. This is what you're going to do, okay? So for visual example, there was a trend of girl on a thread mile, okay, changing outfit every 2 seconds or even 1 second, like librarian, nurse, cops, etc., etc. This is a good example of a trending content, okay? If your model is a redhead ghost girl, go for like vampire, witch, ghost, metal style, okay? And match it to your niche, fandom, punk, emo, grunge, etc. This can sound a bit like weird or like, hearing all those like new words, but you want to be ultra niche specific, okay? Like you need to niche down your content even inside your niche, because otherwise you're just going to be average content and it's just not going to work, okay? So a content is like this, the hook, which is the most important, then the like teasing part, because yes, we are doing like actually enjoyable content that are entertaining, okay? But remember the business that we are in. We are in here to promote your model online so that then you can sell adult content afterwards, okay? So if we can actually tease the customer with the sexy content, sexy like caption, when I say sexy, it's like teasing, okay? Would you do that to me? Or how do I look here? Or I do this, but in the back of your head, you always try to create content that actually tease the customer, okay? Because you can have a subscriber, but if he's already teased and he's horny by seeing the content and want to see more, you are going to sell way easier afterwards. So you need to think about that. And the CTA is not directly in the reel, obviously. It's in the bio, okay? CTA, which is a call to action. But the thing is, you can also add CTA about commenting, for example. Comment this if you think this, or answer me on that. Or you can say, share this reel to a friend that would like to do this to me, or like, or whatever. This is important, you hear it all the time, but I see so many students not doing it, and this can increase your the engagement on your post. And the more engagement it has, the more information it gives to the IG algorithm to say that, hey, this content is good, people like it, okay, push it even more, okay? Caption examples. You've seen lines like, it's like 2006, 125 pounds, then like leaks often, a previous owner one, okay? Like the millage, like how much kilometer had a car, but this for a girl, okay? I'm sure you saw it, okay, and I hope that you saw it. It's a good trend to take and redo with your AI model, and you can exaggerate and post crazy stuff, okay? Don't do like casual stuff. You want to do exaggerated, so exaggerated models, exaggerated captions, etc., etc. You can ask ChatGPT to reword that with your tone. Example, 1886, fire hair, seeing soaped lips, 3 ways to win, use wisely, missing lover, or like then get 10 variations, spicier, softer, gothic, etc. And obviously this is the caption that is like this, you know, on the reels. And on the background, it's obviously your model in a like sexy pose, okay? Unless you really don't know this trend, okay? And by using ChatGPT with the same pose, okay? Once again, you're looking for efficiency, okay? You paid one content for like, I don't know, 30 cents, okay? And then yourself are going to do multiple edits with different music. Each reel made from the same base content, you're going to change the music, you're going to change the caption, etc, etc, okay? This is a good framework for you to create lots of content that is smart, actually engaging, without costing you too much money or too much time, okay? Here's the caption example on the right side, code changing, cut before the full reveal. Again, this is like a smartly made content because there is a hook, okay? And you're teasing the guy and he's already ready to go to your link in bio, etc. Personal page is insane right now. Don't miss it. So personal page is more like my private page or my private platform, whatever, is going insane. Don't miss it. Okay, this is for the caption. And you obviously you use a viral audio as always. Okay, trending sounds. Or nobody saw this version, and you know it create like they want to know the answer and it tease them. Okay, and then you can tease the telegram channel saying, oh, nobody saw this on my telegram or whatever, and then they're going to ask, look at your link in bio or look at your story. Okay, so the general structure for reels, okay, hook in the first 2 seconds. It needs to be shocking, it needs to like increase the curiosity, and if possible have like a movement or something or sound that again hook them. This is very important. Remember, I can't say this more than that. The first 2 seconds or everything, okay, in your reel, okay, when you're scrolling, you stay for like 1-2 seconds. If it's bad, you just scroll, okay, because you're looking for another reel that will hook you. Loop or tease, start, revealing, cut, okay. You can have a loop, okay, like a short reel with a loop, or you can tease the guys with sexy content, okay. And with a CTA, ask for a comment, reaction, or check highlight stories, etc. This is not mandatory, okay. You are not going to do a CTA in every single reel, okay. But there is reels, okay, that are very good with a CTA, okay. So for example, you put a reels of the girl which is changing a dress. There is a pink dress and a yellow dress, and you are going to type, okay, comment which dress you like, and I will film a spicy video with this dress on my Telegram, for example. This is a good reel where you need to actually have a CTA, okay. But if it's just a reel of the girl, I don't know, sitting on a chair or jumping over like an obstacle at home, or descending the stairs, for example, and her like tits are bouncing, etc. And you can say like a random caption like oopsie, didn't realize, etc. Whatever. You're not going to put a CTA, okay. Once again, the first 2 seconds are all that matter. Use shocking movement, mystery. You are trying to hook them. That's highly important, right?
All right, so we're checking how to do basically the daily warm-up, but at the same time doing niche research, real ideas, real research, basically getting more content, more of the content that we want to emulate and to take inspiration from, and also so it will tailor out our feed to the content we want to see. So this is like a cosplay account. Let's say we want to specialize in a specific niche because cosplay is too wide. But let's say, okay, so type research and Yeah, well, I typed earlier for the first video Pokemon cosplay. At least a bit more niched. All right, so you will type Pokemon cosplay in the research and see the different results that come. And let's say you pick one. Okay, let's go this one. Okay, so yeah, the numbers are not too crazy. Especially what I'm looking is the shares. You see this button at the bottom? Yeah. If this is a high metric in the reel, you see, you know you get a very good viral or very good example. Okay, so let's pass. Okay, this one already much better. So you can like it. Try to see a bit what makes it viral. Yeah, frankly, not too clear to me. Maybe I don't know enough about the Pokemon culture, I guess. But yeah, maybe have a look at the comments and, you know, to get an idea. All of this is natural behavior, so that's perfectly fine. If you want to like a couple of comments that you see, okay, whatever, little one. Okay, let's go back. But then again, I see that this is a highly popular one, shared a lot. So definitely you want to save that reel for either like further study. So you click on, yeah, I already did it before because I'm shooting this for the second time but the audio was messed up, so I'm doing it again. So you save, and you save it in a collection that you call inspiration. Okay, let's do it again. Actually, I did it. Let's see with the next one. Okay, this one for the same creator actually, so definitely it's a creator you want to actually follow. Already followed her in this case, but that's the idea, because she does a lot of viral reels. You definitely want to study her. Let's see. Okay, in that case you save that reel. It has like 5,000 shares. That's pretty good. Add it to a folder. Make sure you create a folder, a collection that is specifically named for, I don't know, inspiration, a target, whatever you prefer. But that, because not only it will, you can spend more time trying to figure out what really make that reel so viral. And second, when you save like this, the algorithm of Instagram will say, oh, you really like this, they will show you, the algorithm of Instagram will show you more of this type of reels on your feed. And you can keep going like this. Okay, this one is not as popular, but this one, okay, definitely very viral. Sometimes not so obvious one, but I guess it's a collaboration, the girl is sexy or whatever. But then again, all of this, bam, you save. If you see something viral that is in your niche, you save it. Don't think. And viral can be many things, but one big thing is the share. Yeah, obviously this one has tons of likes, but it's not really shared that much. So maybe it's another reason, but yeah. Definitely keep an eye on the shares. This is the highest metric that is maybe one of the most important metrics for Instagram. This one is in Japanese, so maybe it targets more the Japanese market, which is not what we target, so I wouldn't really bother much. And this one, but yeah, definitely this one. Okay, I keep going and going. Yeah. And yeah, you do this, let's say 5 to 10 minutes before posting a reel or posting a photo on your active accounts, and then another 5 to 10 minutes after posting the said photo. And at the end of the day, that's like you spent like 10-20 minutes of warm-up on the account, but you did it in a productive way because you explored the niche you're targeting more and more, and you're building an algorithm that is really tailored to the niche you're working on. All right, so that's how we do it. Alright guys, so let's do a deep dive on captions, the captions that you will put on the reels. So we pretty much have a checklist of the things to that a perfect caption on a reel should have. But then again, if you only get half of those at the beginning, it's okay. But with time, you will build a better understanding, a better eye for it, and this is why this resource is from. So let me just go over the captions and then I'll show you a few examples. So ideally, obviously, I mean, by now you built a good feed, you see good captions, good reels. And when I say captions, like reels with captions, going through on your feed, so you get a sense of what
what is successful or not. So whenever you're preparing a reel, you also should look at it. Yeah, is this good compared to what I see on my feed, on my niche, in my niche? So yeah, it should be already on par with the good content from your niche. So that's number one. Number two, think about it should incorporate always some sort of sexual subtext or forgot how to say that, but yeah, sexual subtext, some innuendo, yeah, sexual innuendo, that's the word I'm looking for, because yeah, we're selling basically intimacy back after that in FanView, so definitely want to have elements of sex evocated in the reel in one way or another. Also, it should be kind of snappy, cheeky. Should be a bit yeah. Shouldn't be like casual language as if I don't know, you're ordering an Uber or talking to I don't know, the post office. So yeah, should be a bit cheeky, a bit fun, a bit snappy. Number four, yeah, should be simple language, simple words. Yeah, shouldn't sound like William Shakespeare wrote it, because if you use too high level, let's say vernacular, yeah, basically don't use the word I just used. If you use a vocabulary that is way too high level, most people will just get confused, but not confused in the right way. So yeah, simple words. Also, should be not too long. So there's a difference between the text occupying a lot of space and the text being too long. So just don't confuse those, because sometimes you can see a text in successful reels that is all over the screen, but it's designed in a way that to increase watch time. But if you read it, it's actually pretty fast to read. It's simple words, and usually the reel is only 3 seconds. So that's why don't get misguided by the kind of examples you see. In general, the caption should not be too long. And the number five, should be eye-catching right away. Something that pops, so many ways to do that, but yeah, now you see some examples on the screen. Yeah, it kind of stands out. It's not just another picture on the wall that you could see on the subway, on a subway advertising, for example. And then next checklist will be it must trigger a reaction. The reaction can be negative or positive. Doesn't really matter much on that, but it should make something. It should pull a nerve or hit a nerve. Yeah, shouldn't leave you like, oh yeah, whatever. Absolutely not. It should be, oh, what the fuck, or wow, or huh, what did I see? Oh man, I have to show this to someone. That kind of reaction. And last but not least, and I'd say this is the most important of all. So at the beginning, I said, if you only have half of these at the beginning when you're starting out the first week, it's okay. But this one that I'm about to say is mandatory. Every single reel should have that. Otherwise, you move to another idea, or you spend more time on that reel until you figure out how to do that. So the last one is should entice an action. It's a bit connected to obviously triggering a reaction, but this one is a bit more specific. So the action should make someone to comment on something, maybe, or to answer a poll, or to share or to send it to someone, or to share it with the world, repost or whatever, or maybe to save it because maybe lots of things happening, they want to spend more time on it, or it's so visually good that they want to see it, watch it again and again. Or could also be tagging someone in the comments for whatever reason. The long story short, it should make the viewer do something on the reel, the caption, on the reel basically, that is not only like double tap at the heart. Don't worry about that. It's more important if they save it, if they share it, if they comment something or whatever. They do any type of action on the reel that is more than just liking. And this one is the most important. So now let's view direct examples and try to review them in light of everything I said. Let me write the music for me. Yeah. Okay, so what did I say? On par with successful content from the feed. Yes, from in the niche that we're working on, like the one you know. Definitely, there's definitely a sexual subtext right from the visual. Yeah, sometimes because I said captions, but it's kind of captions and reels, and obviously a caption is works with a reel and vice versa. So everything I said is for the total of both. The reel against and with the caption should do everything. The should match the checklist. Snappy, cheeky to the people who save my posts. And then the end, what do you do with them? Yes, there's like a wink. Yeah, yeah. Are you like jerking off with them? That's kind of the what is suggesting. So definitely snappy, cheeky. Simple words. Yeah, it's very simple language. It's not too long. Yeah, it's what 5 seconds maybe, and just two simple sentences. Definitely eye catching, like I said. Triggering positive or negative reaction could be, let's say, even like depending on who's watching, could be like a shameful reaction. Oh no, no, not me, or like or also if now me personally, I would say, I'm curious what other people say, and that will make me open the comments to see what they answered. That's also that. So in the case the comments are okay, that's you. Shake Shake. Okay, Paul Blart Mall Cop. I don't know the reference in the full video. Okay, why not? You Boy Brow. You know. Okay, well, fire here. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. The GIF with the things. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I share them with my wife and hope to get her to wear the to do the same. That's a good one. And this actually is a great example of another point I wanted to mention. But I'll get back to it. Because yeah, so I said triggering positive or negative reactions. I'd say it's a bit weak on the positive or negative reaction. It's not like crazy triggering. There's a bit of it, but you know. Then again, but the reel in itself is pretty good. And then again, entice an action. It definitely entices to comment something, and in my case, yeah, to at least open this and to check the comments. But here's the thing, as a viewer, even though I'm not commenting or doing anything, since I'm spending time going over the existing comments, I can maybe check the hidden comments. Is there? Yeah, well, see, that kind of language is blocked by Instagram. The fact that I'm reading the comments, that means the video was playing at least 5 times during that time, which is replaying again and again. That counts as a positive action, so it actually it's good. So overall, this is a good reel. I mean, obviously I saved it so for this resource. So yes, and so a couple of more things, and one example is here. Also, when you read comments, read them like a investigator, because sometimes it gives you ideas for the next reels, the next captions you could do. And I saw one here. This one, for example, imagine you create a compilation of reels, and the text will be which one would you like your girlfriend to wear, and send it to her, something like that. That's good as well. That's something to try. Definitely many ways to decline that, but this is a pretty good idea. What he said, yeah, he sent this to his wife. I mean, probably his imaginary wife, but let's see. Okay, next example. Let's do a few more. Okay, visually, yeah, it's nice. Pink, it definitely has a vibe. It's also 100% AI, if you can tell, though that's very good for us as an example. So yeah, you see the username. She has many. I took, I think, 4 or 5 examples here. So yeah, so pull out, delete, put it back in. So that's it. And then it's a kind of a joke about the Oreos. Okay, fine. You can read it. It's fine. Is it on par with the successful content from the feed? Yes, I'd say so. Sexual subtext, definitely in the text, but also, I mean, in the caption, but also in the outfit. Obviously, she's just wearing panties and in her bedroom. So yeah, doesn't get more sexual than that. Snappy, cheeky, yeah, definitely. It's like a joke, a play of words. And when you start reading the caption, you think about something else. Simple words, yes. Not too long. Yes, it's actually fast to read when you get it in. Catching, we said. Triggering positive or negative reactions, yes. It definitely makes you laugh and oh no, I have such a dirty mind or whatever. Even the end, if you thought something else, we can be friends. So, and then it entices an action to say, oh, I thought about something else, or oh yeah, I thought about something else. Can we be friends, please? Or oh, I definitely didn't think about Oreos, or yeah, definitely it's good for comment generation, and we can see that's why there were like 60 comments. Let's have a first look. Let's be friends. Yeah, exactly as I said. Absolutely with you. I do exactly said, and then okay. So they are about the let's be friends. So yeah, it's a good leading ways. Oreos, yes, I have a dirty mind. Blah 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 blah. And pulling out, yeah, that's a good, that's a good one. Oreos were not on my mind. That's not the aim. Blah blah blah. Oh, interesting. What's the one? Lose the cross you were scaring away. Same people. Ayuka wears a cross. Maybe an idea for another reel for the if you were managing this model. All right, let's do another one, but maybe from a different model. I mean, yeah, you see the subway. You can just check, study the account a bit more. I want to see from another one. Okay, how about this one? Yeah, $1,000 or riding you every night. Yeah, not bad. Well, visually, I mean, visually appealing. Kind of so. The quality is not so good, but whatever. Anyway, on par with successful content from the feed, more or less. Sexual subtext clearly. Snappy, yeah. The caption is fast and on. Yeah, simple words, not too long. Edit it. I think the cheeky part here is the age, because the 2007 she's not necessarily overage, if I'm calculating right. Yeah, 2025. Yeah, she's probably underage, so I guess there's what triggers or makes people react, and so I guess it can trigger a negative or positive reaction depending if the viewer likes or hates younger girls or vice versa. And obviously the caption and trigger entices you to write something in the caption. If you take $1,000, okay, 1,000 pesos. On the age, you, oh my god, blah blah blah. $1,000 a night, yeah, okay. Isn't much the same current rear tires. Interesting. So yeah, that's the general idea, but I just want to double check a couple of examples I wanted to be specific about. Yeah, and when you see something being crazy successful compared to the rest of the views, save it and take your time to study it. This one, yeah, 10 million views, and I'm like, what the hell? What is with that? Okay, blah blah blah, and okay, so you know how much I fuck with the character. The thing is, they should be. What is missing? Is the sound missing?
Black Widow.
Ah, okay.
Hawkeye.
Okay. Actually, the sound says the name of a character, so I think I heard the names of some of the Avengers. And the idea is not hard to recreate by AI. I mean, it will take some time, but nothing impossible. And yeah, not crazy. And look at how many shares, 120,000. It's crazy. And the reel itself, the realization is not that bad. But the idea is good. Definitely find a way to recreate some variation of it for your own niche. Last but not least, yeah, the other one was similar. Oh yeah, and one idea that I love that is super simple to do, and like, damn, that's a great idea. This one, so that like really cool. It hits all the check marks. What he said, giving dating advice to straight people that gay people can't hear. The thing is, even if you put the sound to the maximum, you don't hear anything because there's no sound in the video. So that's the joke. It's pretty smart. And I guess since the visual in itself is nothing crazy, but she put it in accelerate as he's talking, it's very easy to do with AI. I can just put together something and accelerate it and put it in repeat. And so yeah, that's brilliant. Very simple to do. And then so in this case, dating advice. So yeah, could be used to do for something else. Yeah, giving advice about make it tailored to your own niche, cheeky, snappy, etc. Everything we saw. Yeah, just don't write just dating advice that's really lazy and it's too generic. Use something specific to your niche and more shocking. Dating advice is kind of generic. Make it something a bit shocking to your niche. But then again, these ideas you study and then you train your eyes and your brain to come up with these. But these were already quite a few pretty good pointers. And yeah, I remember seeing one here in the comments that I want to share. So I love older men, but I'm not sure they like me back. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's smart. But there was one comment that caught my attention. Let's finish on that. I remember because I liked it to keep it here. And yeah, this idea for especially for our niche. So this guy answered, comment, I don't want to quit to sleep with someone younger than my own kid. Well, the other part doesn't matter. It's kind of nonsense. But for me, that gives me lots of ideas for the niche we're working on about how to play with that. Do you think I'm younger or older than, I don't know, your daughter, your sister, this and that, or kind of to play with it. There are many ways to do variations on that. And all right, so and last but not least, whenever you have a concept of caption and reels with captions that works, do variations of that like until it dies. Do a lot of those, like 10, 20, 50. Once you get the concept, oh, it works, do more of it, do more of it, do more of it. Abuse it. Obviously, don't like repost the exact same one, but a slight variation of it until you kill the trend. That's okay. Even if you post 20 things in a row, that's kind of for example, it will be this, but maybe the emoji is a bit different, but the same text, and the outfit will be a bit different each time. That's okay. If it works, as long as it works, you keep milking it. All right, yeah, that was an extensive resource on that. So yeah, I'll add the checklist I said at the beginning in writing in the resources below. One thing you can do to also get proper suggestions. So let's go to like account suggestions. Like I said, so this was the niche that we were exploring earlier. Okay, Pokemon cosplay. Let's start it from the scratch. And let's say you go on the main account. Okay, let's say this one. Okay. Usually, when you follow the account, you're gonna get more accounts suggested. Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing. So sometimes it suggests you more accounts like the one similar to the one you're looking at. Usually, it's like that. Another thing you can do, because sometimes the suggestions are not like dropping like it did now. You go in the following list. On the top right, not followers, following. Okay, this one follows quite a lot of people, but usually someone who is in a specific niche will follow other people in the same niche. So just have a look. In this case, unfortunately, she has many, but sometimes it's enough to see. And I guess she follows a lot of cosplay. But you get the idea. When it's a bit more specific, you look in her followings list and you will find more accounts like hers quite often. Yeah, one little thing I forgot to add in the previous video. Yeah, make sure you follow an account to get more accounts suggested by Instagram. If you don't get the suggestions, look at the following list of the account you're following. All right, so I'm gonna show you a strategy to launch Instagram accounts that starts with using them setting them as private. So I'll go into detail about this. So here's the table of content. So what type of account you should choose, the setup, the launch, the reels, and the content part. Of course. So let's go. So first things first, aged or created. So aged can be good because you can hit the ground running because they're already pretty much warmed up. The issue is depending on where you get them. When you get those aged accounts, you're not really sure what they were doing before, how they were used, if maybe they have been flagged before, and etc. So sometimes you grow an aged account
and for some reason your content is great, you're doing everything right, and yet the views get stuck to the double digit, like for hell, and it's like you're pulling your hair out of it, and you don't know. And usually it's because they had some bad history beforehand. So if you're not sure of the account provider, yeah, that can be a waste of time. And this is in the context of growing an account for organic reach through Reels. For other purposes, it's a different story. But in this context, for your main account that will grow organically, aged accounts can have a risk. Now, new accounts, the thing is you have to be very slow in warming them up, not to raise any suspicions from the Instagram platform. And also because the number of views will only get unlocked after a certain time. Unlike, for example, on TikTok, a new account can make virtually millions of views. I mean, it's a bit like a lottery, but technically it can. Not on Instagram. The account needs to have a higher trust score, which can take time before Instagram even allows it to go viral. So that's the thing. On the other hand, if you create a new account from scratch, you control all the variables. So at least if something is wrong, you know it's not because you had the account from with a shitty history beforehand. So if you're not entirely sure, just create a new account from scratch. At least you will control the variable, and especially if you are in a tier one country. So Anglo, for example, I mean, because we're using English here. Of course, if you're doing a German-speaking account and you're in Austria, that works as well. But in general, yeah, tier one country, create from scratch if you're not sure, if you're in doubt. All right, and as for the setup, yeah, well, the more recent the phone, the better, especially iPhones in general. But then again, if you don't have like an iPhone 14, 15, so forth, it's fine. Just use whatever you have on hand. Don't use it as an excuse not to start. Just let's go. But if you have access to a recent iPhone, well, use that. Now, in any cases, never use, if you want to have a specific location for the warm up of the account, for sure, never use a VPN, because VPNs are kind of they will raise suspicions no matter what for this purpose. So don't use it in any situations. For proxies, can be, but it's a bit technical. You have to make sure everything is right. The proxy itself has its own trust score. You have to check that, and you have to check the provider. So it gets a bit more technical. In general, if you're not sure, just don't do it. Use your local proxy, your local Wi-Fi or 4G, 5G mobile connection, and that's okay. If you're comfortable with the technicalities of proxies, just write in the school your specific situation, and I'll help you out. But in general, yeah, that gets technical and doesn't change that much in the long run. But at the beginning, maybe a little bit. As for the account, just use a reputable email service. Just avoid the Russian email providers because of the political situations. These get flagged or banned in some cases. But yeah, so Gmail works, Proton.me works, Firstmail Ltd works. Just yeah, so as long as the email service is trusted, is well known, it's fine. So yeah, well, upon creation, Instagram usually suggests you to follow, a famous person, like, I don't know, the Kardashians, Cristiano Ronaldo, etc. Follow like 5 or 6 of them, just to look a bit real at the creation, but don't worry too much about it, just a handful of those. The bio, really don't overthink it. Just put whatever is related to your niche, HCD. But then again, the bio is not that important in the long run. But yeah, at the beginning, maybe HCD niche, and don't spend too much time on that. And of course, add a profile picture. And put the account in private after that. And then just leave the account, don't touch it for another day. Now, after that, we have to prepare for launch. So after the first day, obviously, use the account, but you can start adding 2 photos, 2 posts per day. Photo posts, of course, make sure they're high quality. They make your model look good. They must be tailored to your niche, and if possible, add them as carousels because at the moment the carousels tend to be pushed by the algorithm, get a higher visibility. Just it's less. It makes it look more human, less bot-like, and should be at the end have about 12 posts on your grid at the end of the week, more or less. And yeah, that would make 12 and pin the best three at the top. That should be nice. And when you're adding posts, just have some regular engagement for about 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before posting, 10 minutes after posting. And that actually goes for even after that, not only for warm up phase, just have some manual activity that looks real on the account. Engage with accounts in your niche, just watch some of your reels. Don't overthink that part. Just scroll a bit on the explore page, watch a bit of some reels. You can do it while you're doing something else. Just yeah, it has to look like a human, what a human would do. Now, remember that we have the account in private. That's for a reason because this strategy is to have to engineer some boost, algorithmic boost at the beginning. So you want to have at least 500 follow requests pending. And the more the better, of course, but let's have at least 500. Because when you will switch to public, all these follow requests will get approved at once. All followers will get a notification and they will come check your content out of curiosity, that's for sure. Especially if you start putting reels, they want to see who's that girl, who's that model. And so your reels from the get-go will get a lot of organic watch time, engagement, likes, hopefully comments if the reels are really good. All of that is a great signal for the algorithm, and then they will show your reels to the next reels to more non-followers that fit your niche, that are similar to the pending follow requests. That's the thing. So that can be powerful when executed properly, because all of it get-go. If you start with the account in public and you just post the reels, yeah, at first you get 10 views, 50 views, 100 views, 1,000, and but before getting to 10,000 views, that can take 3 months. That can take a long time, and we're trying to move fast here. So I recommend going private first, spend a little time of accumulating follow requests, and once you go public, you start posting reels, 1 reel per day. I mean, we'll get to that. But yeah, that's the idea. Just to get a natural organic boost at the beginning, because all of these pending requests will just start checking your content, and Instagram will like that and will recommend your reels further. All right, so 4 different ways. I mean, I'm sure there's a million ways to do it, but I'm covering 4 here that you can do yourself without having like a huge network or whatever. So first and foremost, manual engagement, and that will be to go to a page that fits with your niche, to like the comments left by engaged users, and then follow them afterwards, because some of them will follow you back to check what's the person that interacted with them is all about. And since you're in private, hopefully they'll be curious about was that person, you have a nice profile picture, a bio that might be enticing, and so they will follow. That's the thing, because most people will just check a couple of reels and don't actually follow. In this case, you kind of force them to follow you to check your what's on your account. That's the idea. So yeah, whatever fits into your niche. I'll give you an example. Let's say your model is in the basketball niche, and well, first thing that comes to mind will be NBA, the NBA account. I will not recommend it actually, because it's a huge account with millions of followers. Lots of them are from all around the world, not only from tier 1 countries. And these huge accounts, they have lots of bots, lots of, I don't know, automated behaviors and shit like that. So, for example, for the basketball niche, I would rather go to a more a smaller page. Let's say something more about, I think it's the NCAA, some college basketball, local team, second division team, or whatever it's called in the US, or maybe a brand that sells basketball accessories, something very niche. And the people that will interact on the posts of these reels are really hardcore fans and more likely to follow back if they see an account that interacts with them and follows them that are about the same things they're passionate about. That's a general idea. And also, this method, the good thing is you can outsource it to a VA to a certain extent. So that's good. The research, you do it, and then you tell them, okay, just do this on this list of accounts. All right. Now, story shoutouts. This is in case maybe you already have a theme page, a web page, or another account on another platform. So yeah, here I wrote Instagram accounts, but really there can be any other platform. If it fits the niche already, just make a story, a shout out, a bio mention, whatever, to just tell them, oh yeah, go check the account of such and such, and with a message that fits your niche. Obviously it will depend on each one. In the case of basketball, I don't know, be a follow this. She has interest in reels about basketball or whatever. Now, next we get this. So for TikTok, so TikTok is a bit more tricky, but there's actually a way. So with reels and stuff, it's not about going viral here. It's about sending a qualified audience. So in that case of a English-speaking model, I will create a TikTok account, make sure it's US, so either with a SIM card or whatever. Depends on the situation, but if you're not sure how to create a US account, that's like a different topic entirely. And if that, just write me in the school and I'll point you at ways to do that. But usually a US SIM card or a US proxy, ideally you're already in the US. In that case, it takes care of itself. But yeah, that's really depends on your own phone and all situations. But the whole point is you create the account, you link the IG account that is private in the TikTok directly. You also write it in the bio, like my best content is on IG, and write the username. And then on TikTok, post 2 to 3 carousels per day. Don't worry about posting videos. The carousels tend to get a higher reach on TikTok, and they come across as less spammy, and most importantly, they don't get flagged for anything and nothing. And nowadays on TikTok, reels that even are not sexual, are not doing anything, you get flagged for all sorts of nonsense. That has nothing to do with you, so it's complicated. It's very complicated to get any traction with videos, with new accounts on TikTok. However, with photos, for some reason, you can have a girl in bikinis on photos, that'd be fine, and the same exact photo but as a video of 5 seconds, but you get flagged immediately. Makes no sense, but that's how it works. So carousels on TikTok, link the IG account directly within the account, so it's a clickable button. Mention it as the bio. Post 3 carousels per day. You can reuse whatever you're posting on the Instagram as well. And hopefully the people who will see that will also click on the Instagram account and then make a follow request. Okay. Now, in dating apps, I'll say, so yeah, it's I'm not talking about the huge strategies that some agencies are using. No, it's a different thing. It's just to get follow requests here. Nothing technical or complicated about that. So basically, just create a profile on every app available. Start dating apps in, obviously, Tinder, Bumble, Badoo, and the main ones, but every other one, even the small ones that nobody uses or nobody hears about. Just create a profile on those. So the thing is, if you're not in the location near where you want your audience, use the whatever passport travel option you can at that point. If not, just skip and use another app. The thing is, don't add a bio at first. Don't do more than 10 swipes per day, and barely swipe right at all. Like a real girl will do, don't swipe more than 20% of the time. Don't, really good, and that just really for a couple of days to kind of warm up the account. After a couple of days, 48 hours, you just write the bio, but the bio should only be your Instagram username, and that's it, and just leave the account as it is. Because now people who are just scrolling will see the amount of. Some accounts available, they might come across the account, and the only information about you will be the Instagram username. If they really fancy the pictures that you put in the profile in general, the pictures basically, they might just Google it and check your Instagram account. That's it. And when I say just add your Instagram username, don't even put IG or anything. No, the bio is only your Instagram username, nothing else. No emoji, no IG, two dots, no LG or anything, and that's it. And leave the account as it is. And leave the account. So let's say you did 2 out of 4 of these methods. You should help accumulate some 500 follow requests after hopefully a week, 10 days, couple of weeks. But they can go faster, but at least that's a good start to accumulate that. And also you can, if you already have accounts that are posting organically, just create a second Instagram account to do that. So once you get your at least 500 follow requests, you can go public and start posting reels. So, and how to put reels, basically 1 per day the first week. And you warmed the account for a week. You have already your 12 grid posts. And then, so once you start posting reels, 1 per day on the one you start posting, 2 per day on the second week, and 3 per day on the third week. Might sound like a lot to get to 3 per day, but remember, if you're using AI, you should be able to produce a lot of reels. You're not depending on the model and her work ethic, which are usually shitty. Use a lot of content because you can create a lot. Now, you can schedule them in advance within the Instagram app. I think you can schedule 15 reels per day within the app itself, so use that. And once the account is probably warmed up and works well, and about after a month, and if you have results, now you can start using scheduling tools that are Repurpose, as you can see already in the school lessons, or Buffer. Repurpose is only for reels, Buffer is for everything, but you're more limited, but that's I guess. But and after they work well, you hear lots of people say they don't work. They do. I got millions of views with using these tools, no problem at all. Just make sure that the account is used correctly first. The problem is people will go crazy and start using scheduling tools, but post tons of things without having done any engagement first, and then they're surprised that the account get shadow banned or anything. It's not the problem of the tool, it's the problem of the using the account itself. All right, as for the Reels content. So these how to make sure you get views, you get hopefully virality, and just putting a hot girl there is gonna get very hard to get traction. Just a cheerleader looking good, like a dime a dozen, and it doesn't really work that way anymore. It will take you very long to get traction. So of course, make sure the 3 first seconds. Remember that it's a TikTok brain. Something very interesting should be happening in the first 3 seconds. Otherwise, people will just scroll past your reels. So it can be eye-catching visuals. Some people, some models are like jumping and having their boobs jiggling, this kind of things. And whatever, turning around, something was happening visually. Could be also some text on the screen that is slowly unfolding, so people are a bit curious about what it says. Could be a strange sound from the get-go, an explosion, whatever. Up to you, that really depends. Doesn't that mean all of it has to be in every reel, but at least one of those. Something must be happening in the first couple of seconds, 3 seconds. Now, the reel itself, in general, should have something that that makes it stand out. So can be replayed. Maybe there's something happening that is a bit strange, or they're not exactly sure, or you see sometimes it's something, switch this letter. And then people are like, huh, what? And not really sure. This one has a bit been overused, this example, but the concept is there. Like, oh, what did she mean by that? Or did I get this right? Did I understand? There was the flashing trend that also was overused, but it's the idea that forced people to replay the reel again. The flashing trend has been overused, but you get the idea behind. Can also be edited as a never-ending loop. This one I really like because it's hard to saturate. Yeah, just like it can be a loop, and then the video replayed, and you people didn't even realize they watched it again. Requires like fine tuning and proper editing, but this works really well. And of course, comment baiting. If you hit the right audience, that can work very well because this one can be declined in so many ways. Yeah, so like, will you do such and such and this? Me, there was me or PS5 at some point, me or GTA 6. Maybe right now, Trump or Kamala, I mean, obviously, election passed, but you get the point. It has to be something a bit emotional that makes people react. Now, things that additional notes. One thing that is underestimated but works really well is to use trending music, but not just any music. Trending music from the US Billboard ranking, because this really cements. Because sometimes you use trending music, but it can be a trending music that is popular in Colombia, in Brazil, or something, as well as in the US, but can make your audience more Latin that you want. So just check specifically the US Billboard ranking, and so you'll probably find stuff like I don't know, Bruno Mars or Taylor Swift more than Bad Bunny, for example. But Bad Bunny will be popular everywhere, and a lot in Latin America. The other thing, yeah, don't underestimate this. I tested this myself, and it added like 10%, 15% more US audience to my reels when I used it. When I start using it. As for face swap, well, you can, but use it at your own risk. Be smart about it. I see so many accounts face swapping super famous models like Sophie Rain. That's stupid. That will get your account like canceled right away and flagged. And yeah, if you do, yeah, make sure it's not someone famous. Doesn't matter if it has a lot of views or not. Don't necessarily go for something viral to face swap. Most importantly, it has to fit your niche. It has to be a good video. Sometimes it didn't go viral for because the account was new, but just be smart about it and don't face swap super famous stuff, and make sure it fits your niche. And it's someone from a video on account that is not famous. And then again, if it's smart, sometimes you stumble upon an account that has a great reels, but not so many views and not so many followers. But then it's the backup of the backup of the backup of a famous account. So make sure you do your research and you don't just not to use your account to get the rest of your accounts flagged. And now, of course, monitor the account status in settings on a daily basis, because sometimes your reels views just die and you don't know why, and it's just one video specifically get flagged, and you have to delete it basically, I mean, or to archive it, and then to appeal the account shadow ban, let's say, in the settings, to have your views being your reels being recommended to non-followers again. One thing up. In general, what I noticed, butt shots like get flagged a lot more than boobs, basically. So yeah, if if your model is wearing a bikini, it better be from the front and not from the back. And if it's from the back, should be at the very end for like at the last second or something like that. And yeah, that's the kind. And that actually, it's an idea to have the reels being replayed. They will replay to properly see the butt. But yeah, in general, focus on the boobs and less on and more on boobs, less butts, because those get flagged more by the algorithm. All right, and any more questions? Just write on the school community feed.
So Thread is going to be your second best organic tool right after IG. I mean, at least for my case, okay, it will give you basically free organic reach. Okay, So the strategy that I'm using right now is to mostly the image to video, so the video that I use on IG, you can take the image and post it directly on Thread, okay? And on Thread, even an image can get traction. I mean, video do as well, but you are not going to get any traction on IG with image, okay? Unless you do carousels, etc. But Thread is very nice because you can get traction with just images or with just post with only a caption, okay? So how are you going to go about Thread? You're going to warm up the account, same as IG. I told it in the module just before this one, okay? The first day is about warm up, scroll, watching relevant content for like 15 minutes a day or a bit more if you have more time, okay? And you will learn more about your niche and get more content ideas. So it's not time that is lost, okay? Engage manually, comment on similar account, same as IG, okay? You can do 5 per hour, 30 max per day. Again, do not do like 100 of action in like 1 hour to do everything fast, okay? The account is to warm up the account slowly, that's the goal, okay? And not to do everything too fast, okay? That's very important. Post 5 to 10 times a day, okay? That's what you are going to post after the warm-up process is done. So basically on Thread, you are going to need to post way more than what you are posting on IG, which is 1 to 2 times max, okay, per day. Simply ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek to give you 50 funny Thread caption for your niche and adapt accordingly, okay? That's what you can do, all right? So that you don't need to spend time, etc. Remember, you are trying to do a lot of cost-effective tasks, okay? If ChatGPT can give you 50 funny thread or you can steal of an account 200 thread, you are going to do it, okay? You're not here to try to work with your ego or whatever. You're just trying to get cost-effective stuff done fast and earn money, okay? You can repost, obviously, your IG content, no editing needed, and that goes with the images and that goes with the video as well, okay? Push traffic to a pinned post that redirect to your main Thread account that has the link in bio as pinned post, okay? So basically, all of it, for example, you have 5 Thread accounts. One is the main, which is the one with the good image, basically, okay? With the link in bio, but you're not really going to drive traffic from this account directly. It's the other account that are going to bring traffic. And why we do that? We do that because then if we get an account banned, it's not going to be the main one because we don't really post risky stuff on the main one. We post it on the secondary one that are going to bring the traffic, okay? And having like adult link in bio can get your account banned, okay? And you can add some hooks like, yeah, he said this in my DM, should I leak it? I mean, this is just random caption that you can use, okay? Thread works, but it's still immature, it's still new. And don't get me wrong, you can make money with Thread, but for me, I see it as a secondary traffic channel, okay? You can go viral without followers, okay? Which is very nice. You can do it with IG as well, but it's a bit harder, okay? And basically, Thread is a platform just for repurpose content, post often, and drop curiosity in every line. So you need to do captions that are going to go viral. You want to cause like drama, etc., etc. So Thread, as the title said, it's a very good secondary platform to use, okay, in addition to Instagram.
Alright everyone, so this is gonna be very likely the most advanced and detailed threads guide available anywhere for AI OFM. And so yeah, let's get into it. Table content. So basically, we're gonna see how set up the account, how to warm up, how to start posting, how often, what to do, etc., etc. This is mostly based on what I actually do and the first results I had. We'll also present some tools that will be linked below in the school, and also obviously cross-referencing some information from other people who are doing this, but really went deep in that and providing examples, and everything will be linked. So you will get a good idea of what's needed. And because this is currently working very well, and this is easier to scale than Instagram, because you don't need necessarily as many phones. For Threads, you can actually just connect from a browser. So it's easier to scale the beginning. All right. So to set up the account, just start with about 3 or 5. You need at least 10, really, if you're really serious about it. But it's mostly for the start. I understand that, yeah, maybe it's like overwhelming or something, but yeah, have at least 3 accounts running when you start doing this. Yeah, you can definitely use an existing aged Instagram account as long as it has the audience, type of audience you need. So probably USA maids or something. If not, just use like a new account, and that's fine. And in that case, the Instagram account that is linked to the Threads account, you can just leave it in private to kind of grow it from Threads visitors. But here, we're really focusing on the Threads side of things. And Threads side of things is not punishing new accounts as much as Instagram does. It's not limiting the views or anything like that. Quite to the contrary, actually, yeah, the first post is to get to that. So since you're likely using anti-detect browser or multi-login browser, yeah, better to use the proxy of the targeted country, especially if it's like a residential proxy. It's going to be cheap. It's going to be what, $2, $3, $4 per proxy. So yeah, still per month. So yeah, pretty inexpensive. If you don't, that's fine. It's just an extra thing that helps. And yeah, so to get back to what I said about doing multiple accounts, because you're gonna pretty much do the same thing across all of them. Can be the same photos, same videos, same content. Some accounts might take off more than others. So yeah, definitely better to do this across multiple accounts at once. And the ones that kind of tend to do that, you just forget about that. Yeah, obviously a bio have. So yeah, I'm insisting on the obvious CTA in the bio because, for example, in Instagram, the link is in blue, is very visible. Everybody knows a bit like where the link is for Instagram, but for Threads, it's like grayed out. It's not as as eye-catching as on Instagram. The link in bio. So make sure the bio clearly points at the link below. Like put an arrow, put a finger, or yeah, make it really obvious that there's a link that you want them to click below. And well, eye-catching profile picture, of course, goes without saying. All right, as for the warm-up, just usually pretty much similar to Instagram. Especially at the beginning, couple of hours, just scroll around, like, comment, engage. And I would say 10 days, 10 comments max during the warm-up. Don't overcomplicate it. And make sure you try to interact more with content that is close to yours. The thing is, in Threads, it will pop up easily because there are so many AI models there. You will come across them, and so yeah, it's not as difficult to find as Instagram. So just interact on the proper content that is similar to yours, to your niche. Obviously, type the whatever keywords you want to target on the search bar, and scroll around like that. And yeah, so after a couple of days, you would have about 20 comments. You should have already a bit of interaction, and that's when you can start adding link in bio. Don't add it at first, but yeah, after a couple of days. As for the initial schedule of basically the first week. So day one, you create the account, you engage a bit, like I said, but you don't post yet. On the second day, you do the first post, and remember, this one will get boosted artificially by threads. So make it high quality, nice, like that's why I'm giving you a good template, high carousel image. So basically, carousel is when you have multiple images. Put at least 2, 3, 4 images, like with the same theme, or with the model in the same outfit. That would be better. In a beautiful outfit, sexy, but remember, not safe for work. Threads like Instagram. If there's nudity, it's not like Twitter. You're gonna get banned. So a sexy post, or example, a sexy, appealing picture, something really nice, an intriguing caption. Just a question about whatever, but just that post will get more visibility than usual. First one, that's it. Don't overthink it, but just think about that. Have like 2, 3, 4 nice pictures at once. Put a cute caption that asks a question or like that, and and that's the first image post on day 2. Oh, I mean on the day 2. Day 3, post 3 times, and you can start mixing text and pictures. Meaning one post can be text. If you're not sure, just post just pictures for now. That's okay. Day 4 times, day 5, and day 5 and beyond. That's pretty much gonna be like that, more or less. 5, 6 posts per day. And let's say combine pictures and text. Let's say you can have, for example, 4 image posts and 2 text posts, like just caption, something like that. What things to post, etc. You have the previous threads guide that went into details about that. This is more about the strategy. And then after that, I'll provide some, you'll see some examples linked below where you can just take inspiration directly from those. And now this is very important, engagement, what to actually do. And this, you can simply rewrite this in your own way and give that SOP to an assistant, for example. Of course, at first do it yourself so you can get the nuances. And because for your own niche, maybe you'll spot something that is specific to you, and you can adapt accordingly. But this, you can just copy that and add it and turn it into an SOP for your assistants and your VAs. So about 10 to 20 posts to like every day within your niche. Make sure they have at least 200 likes, so that means they had a lot of engagement, they have the right targets, etc. And then comments, just a bit like like people do on Twitter. Relevant messages to stimulate a bit some interaction, and better to just use text. A picture can be it can get you flagged in the wrong way. Don't put anything sexy. Don't do it like they do on Twitter when they put the girl in bikini or like masturbating or whatever. Oh yeah, go on my page. No. Make sure the comment is relevant to what you're replying to the messages. And as if you're having a chat or conversation, it has to be really natural. Very important. If you don't know what to answer, just use AI tools. I'll recommend a few of them. Really, doesn't have to be someone with a PhD for that. And then, of course, of the people who comment on those posts that you actually answered with, reply to, basically, just like their comments, mail users, just so you get noticed, and then follow them. So they will have 2 notifications. You like their post and you follow them. They will very likely follow back. You be part of them, and which will grow your own following. And the good thing is on Threads, on the main, on the bio page, you don't see how many people the account is following. So it's not like Instagram when you see followers and followings. And so an account, when you see, I don't know, someone has 300 followers that is following 30,000, that looks super spammy, super weird, or whatever. On Threads, you only see the followers. So you might have 300 followers and following 13,000, 15,000. Nobody will see, and they really have to click on that and to open another window, so which nobody does. So still, you want to unfollow them after a while. Clean your follow list after like 1 week or two, because then otherwise your feed will be filled with whatever these guys, the male users, are posting, and it's usually trash, stupid shit. So go ahead. All right. As for the content, like I said, there's a previous guide, and I'll provide some examples. But really keep it really simple, stupid, like they say. Keep it simple, stupid. Just copy what works and do it in your own source. Optimize it. Just don't, in this case, focus more on copying what works more than on being original. Of course, as long as it makes sense for your own niche. But really, just copy, adapt. And now with the My Snapface copy function, it's very easy to do that. You see a nice picture that matches your model physique or niche. You just have the extension installed, click on it, and My Snapface will automatically copy the same picture. You just download it and repost it. It doesn't get easier than that, guys. You're welcome. What is that? For text is the same. If you see some nice text that makes sense, just copy and rewrite the same thing. And if the picture goes viral, whatever you're posting is going viral, just repost it the next day, exactly as it is. That's it. One photo, I don't know, one selfie with a fun caption worked on your account. You repost the exact same thing the next day. If it works again, post it the next day. And it's exactly. Just don't worry about being original in that case. As long as it works, it works. I've seen accounts, they post the exact same photo, same caption for 2 weeks. Nothing else. Nothing else. All the feed was the exact same photo, until after 2 weeks it died out, and then they started to post something else. So really, you're not going to be punished by Threads for reusing the same content. Now, one thing that we can differentiate, and I started to use as well, is voice messages. For that, well, with 11 Labs, and that it depends on your own niche, of course, but that's something that really will help stand out and make it more original. But first, before doing that, make sure you started to copy what works and to see some traction on that. And once you have that part properly understood and properly mastered and applied to your niche, to your own model, then try to play with the 11 Labs and in the videos that you post on Instagram, of course, that goes without saying, but I mean, the reels that you post on Instagram, you can post them on Threads, but you can do that from the beginning. The voice messages require more work, more preparation, and really more higher thinking. Do it when the rest is already properly scheduled and mastered and organized. Calling does viral, I already said that. And also CTAs. So because, as I said earlier, it's not as obvious. You don't have stories to add the CTA, and also the bio is not as obvious as on Instagram. So you have to remind people to to subscribe to your fan view. So in this case, once per day, probably better to do it as a reply to an existing post. One of your posts, so like I said, you post 5-6 times per day, and one of those, and preferably the one you post later in the day. Post whatever the photo, and under it, then reply to yourself by adding, "Hey, talk to me there," and put your link tree, your get all my links link tree or whatever that leads to your fan view, Telegram, etc. Do it once per day, just because it's otherwise actually most people don't even realize that there's a link to click in the bio. Make it super obvious. And in closing points. Again, consistency, like I said, make sure you start multiple accounts, because if after a couple of weeks, maybe 3, they really don't get traction at all, they're probably a bit dead. You can keep them on the background for other purposes, for like other more advanced tools that we might discuss at some point. But for now, you have to start really just with your own, let's say, phones or anti-detect browser. Although for Threads, if you really want to use multiple accounts, definitely use anti-detect browsers, so you can use many ones, and it's easier to delegate, because if you have an assistant in a different country, you can't really send them your phone, right? While anti-detect browser, you can give them access, and it's very easy. That's what I do personally. For Threads, it works very well. It's just much easier. And so yeah, multiple accounts. If one really doesn't go anywhere after a couple of weeks, yeah, probably just log out. I mean, save the login somewhere. Maybe it would be used for something else more spammy, and just start a new account from scratch, following everything as I said before, etc. And yeah, test new captions, content format too. You find what works. Again, just be a bit crafty. Like I said, copy what works. For example, you go on an account, one of the ones I will link. Just look at the captions they write. What are the ones that are, for example, more viral and just get more interactions, more comments, more likes? Copy it, paste it in ChatGPT, and ask for ChatGPT, hey, give me 20 variation of this. Bam, there you go. Yeah, now you have 20 posts. Program them, rinse and repeat, try. And but yeah, so let's get to it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Ask in the school, in the main feed, and yeah, and you'll have the links to the tools and the niche examples under this video.
So Telegram is going to be your secondary funnel, okay? So it's not your secondary traffic method, it's your secondary funnel, okay? That's very important. So basically, your first funnel is going to be the get all my link, okay? So the link in bio that then redirect with your to your FanView account, okay? And this secondary channel, which is the Telegram, is the second one when you're going to redirect them, but not directly with the link in bio. You are most likely going to do it in stories only because you want that the link in bio is a very simple tunnel with a one click, okay? Because every click you lose like 50% of your customer, okay? All your traffic leads either here or on FanView directly on FanView, which is the first funnel with the link in bio, okay? It's a great warm up your leads and save a part of your customer base, right? It's going to be set up as a private channel only, okay? This is very important so you can avoid bots, etc. Share your Telegram link in your IG stories 3 times per week, but never in the bio. Okay, when you have a funnel, you want nothing to stop your customer, okay, to go down in your funnel. Okay, so the first one is IG link in bio FanView, and the second one is IG stories and direct link to your Telegram channel. Okay. Post light teasing content, polls, like whatever countdown daily messages. It can be text messages, it can be audio, whatever. Okay. It's kind of like your FanView feed, for example. It's a mix between your IG feed and your FanView feed, but never post nude because nude are not allowed on Telegram. Okay. You can use ElevenLab to generate the voice recording, okay, the voice message to put in your Telegram, which is very good, but it needs to be high quality and you need to never change the voice, otherwise you might lose your customer base, okay? Example of a teaser message: feeling a little lonely tonight, or like I kind of wish I had someone to talk to right now, my mind is all over the place, or oh this happened, or oh I need advice for this, etc, etc. The guys will love answering you, and you can say, hey, I got I can't answer here, go and message me on FanView, it's where I'm spend all my day here, etc, etc. Okay, or saying like I can't show more explicit content here, I can only post there, boom, go here, very easy. Okay, don't hesitate to do call to action, but don't do a call to action every day with a link to your FanView, otherwise it can seem too pushy. Okay, you do it every 2-3 days. Okay, the CTA in Telegram always points to FanView or a new IG, so most of the time you're going to use this customer base to redirect them to FanView. Okay, but it's really useful if you launch a new IG account, for example, and you need a boost and you have 10,000 people on a Telegram channel. Boom, you can launch a new reel or a new IG account. Okay, yeah, and that's the illustration, IG story, Telegram, funny, okay? Telegram is a great to save your customer base and redirect them where you need them to go. I can't make that more clear, and there is a lot of people that don't do this, but it's very, very important, okay? I got one of my biggest model account, IG, the main IG band, and I'm very happy that I have the Telegram channel, okay? Because I had at least like I think 20%, something like that, of the number of followers on Telegram. So I don't lose everything. I can start another IG and get it grown fast again.
Yeah, little bug. All right, so here's a resource to an explanation about how to manage your Telegram channel. First things first, you want to be funneling traffic to this, obviously, to this channel from various sources, but you want to keep track on each source efficiency in terms of traffic providing with distinct links for each. So you go here, manage channel, you have invite links. And here, as you see, yeah, I already created a few because I'm recording this for many times each time I had a video issue. So anyways, so you create a distinct link for each basically social media account. So usually it's Instagram, but it can be Threads or whatever we use in the future. So for example, create a new link, type the name of the source so you keep track of everything. Create here. All right, done. And you'll have the list. And then you copy that link and you use it in, no, this one is actually the primary. To copy that link, you will need to click it and then copy link, then click. Yeah, each one is a different one. Click the link itself and then you will have the distinct link. And then you will paste it in the Get All My Links or Linktree, or, I mean, it's definitely better to use Get All My Links, and that's why we recommend it. But in the link aggregator that you will have set in the social media account that you're working on. All right, so that's for the invite links. And our second thing is you want to be posting content on the Telegram channel 2 to 3 times a day. And in general, I would recommend one in the morning where you say, you know, hi, good morning, you know, a cute pic, a cute video, and then something like, hope your day goes well. Something like that, really true. And maybe another one around lunchtime, similar to Reels posting time, really. And then most importantly, in the evening, let's say around dinner time or after work time, let's say 7 p.m., something like that, you will want to post a CTA. So a call to action can be either to suggest people to chat with the model on FanView, for example, or hey, I'm online, chat with me or something like that. Or maybe you have a new Instagram account that you're trying to grow that is, you know, still in private mode. One of the resources is explaining this in depth. But for example, let's say you have already quite a few subscribers here. You want to launch a new Instagram account. So you put it in private and you suggest people to go follow it, you know, to request to follow. So you can accumulate some pending followers before launching the account. But make sure you entice them to say something. I'll post more bikini pics there or more bikini reels or something like that, just to give them a reason to follow that new account because they're already following you on other accounts. So, and all of that you can do, you can schedule all of this at once in advance. You don't have to post right away. And usually, so basically, you can pick your content from here, or you can do drag and drop like I'm just gonna do now. And you grab a file and you just put it here, put whatever. And then you have the 3 dots here when you can actually schedule the message. And then you select the date and all of that. So in this case, this is showing your computer's time zone. So in my case, it's Thailand. But let's say I want to post with the US market in mind. So let's say the East Coast time zone. And I want to, let's say, post the CTA. So yeah, always keep in mind that the time here is your current time. Make sure you adjust it for US time zone. For example, let's say I want to post in the evening. So for Thailand, it's 12 hours difference with the EST, with the East Coast. So I'm going to put it in the morning, something like, 8 in the morning. All right. Oh, yeah, because I'll put the next date, I guess. Whatever. So that will be in Thailand morning, which will be 12 hours later in terms of time zone in the US. So just keep that in mind when you're scheduling your stuff. So now that you schedule it, it puts you to the scheduled messages window. I mean, I already had a few for the test, so that's why it shows. But here you can see it when you're on the main, basically window. Here on the bottom right, this little red dot with a calendar, that's where your scheduled messages are. So click on it and you can see them on here. So you can, adjust and change, make some edits, change the time, add another CTA or whatsoever. And if you want to start scheduling more right away, you can do it here as well. And here, you don't need to hit the three dots. It will be just just hit the next button and it will show you the scheduling date and time. Like this, for example, just drag and drop again. Here, the three dots will not have that option, but you just type something here and next, and then you have directly the scheduling session. Because you're in the scheduled message zone, you're not in the general video. Yeah, it can be get a bit confusing. That's why I'm showing this. But yeah, and those are the two important parts on how to manage the Telegram channel. Create invite links that are distinct for each social media, and then schedule everything in advance, like one entire week of content. You can do it in one sitting in like what, half an hour, and bam, you're done.
So I'm going to present you the mass content machine strategy, because once again you're trying to create a content machine and not just create a few content like this to post on social media. Okay, so the goal is that you are going to be able to turn one single reel into 10 variation. Okay, so one single reel like this, like a sexy reel, into 10 different one from the same reel, because you know one reel can cost you, I don't know, 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents. It really depends on, you know, what tool you use, etc. And you can even get it for like cheaper than that, but then you have to pay the VA or yourself, you know, it's still costly, even if we give you solution to have the cheapest content. You still want to make the most out of each content, especially the best performing content. So you're going to post the original version to the IG1, okay, for example, your main IG. Then you're going to add a different caption and post it to the IG account number 2, so the Instagram account number 2. Then you're going to add different trending sound or whatever and change the caption a bit and boom, post it to IG number 3, for example. And then you can repeat that with slight edit, the zoom, the speed, the filter, like cropping the video, adding an effect, or like, I don't know, there is many stuff that you can do, okay? This will allow you to basically get 10 times more content without spending 10 times more money, okay? So that you do not have to make new content every day, okay? You can make one good piece of content that you thought about it and you made it very like smartly, you think it's going to perform very well, okay? And then you can remix it, okay? And put this content into your content machine, okay? That's how you scale without burning out too much money, all right? So use this and abuse this, especially on content that is working well and you want to milk this content as much as possible. So, what content to avoid so that you are not going to get banned on Instagram? But it's kind of the same on all the other organic platforms, okay? Obviously, you do not want to post nudity or stuff that come close to nudity, okay? You don't want to test stuff and like burn account like that. It's very bad, okay? No direct link in post, okay? And also no direct list in story, okay? So you want to get the money without getting banned, okay? You want to avoid getting banned at all costs, because otherwise you lose all your progress, okay? So to avoid writing fan view, only fan, like even caption can get you banned because it's just not allowed, okay? It's a platform where even a minor can access the platform, okay? So use fans or emojis, etc. to talk about them but not mention them directly, okay? And do not talk about the platforms. Not safe for work, comment, hashtags or emojis, avoid this type of emojis. It can trigger the IG algorithm to just get you banned, okay? Or anything suggestive or explicit, okay? And do not use the same link across all of your IG account. You know, the link in bio, You do not want to put the same link, otherwise IG algorithm will obviously know that there is the exact same links in 4 different IG accounts, okay? And if people report your profile for the link or whatever, because there is people that do that, it can be your competitors or just other just IG Instagram users, okay? And they can ban all of your account at the same time, which is something that obviously you want to avoid. What you want to do is to keep everything safe for work, okay? If really you want to do flashing content, okay, which is showing a bit of nude or like almost nude or like body painting, transparent clothes, etc., you can do it if you're an advanced user, okay, if you're an advanced agency owner and you have a dedicated IG account on dedicated phones that are not connected to your Wi-Fi, etc., because they have, yes, the content can go viral, but you have a high chance of getting banned, okay? Like just yesterday, I had an account get banned again, and it was an account with reels at like 500k, 1 million views, but I knew it was going to happen. I mean, that there was a high chance, but the good thing is only one account got banned, okay, and not all the other one because it was on a dedicated phone with a dedicated Instagram account, okay? So play the game smart. If you get banned, you're out, okay, and you just lose your progress, okay? So protect your account at all costs, okay? Do not get banned. It's very important. All right, so you really want to be organized when it comes to your content because this is the foundation of all your agency, okay? So you need to build a content calendar, okay? You need to have a planning because when you have a planning, you have way more output and less stress, okay? You know what you have to do, when you have to do it, when stuff are going to be posted, and this will make your life way easier, okay? So for example, this is an example, okay, of planning because it really depends if you just start, what platform you are using, how many accounts you have, etc. But let's say Monday you start and you create reels for the next 14 days. So you create like 28 reels or like 30 reels, okay? And this will take you all day, but at least you are focused on one specific task, okay? Then Tuesday, you will like schedule all the reels on your IG account and do like interaction with other accounts, for example. Wednesday, we are going to create the content for Telegram and schedule all the Telegram content because yes, you can schedule Telegram content as well. Okay. By the way, for IG, you schedule directly on your phone. There is a native functionality on IG. So basically, Wednesday, you create and schedule all the Telegram content. Thursday, you're going to create and schedule all the thread content, and then for the weekend, high traffic days, you are going to post CTAs, post like stories, etc., etc. This is like a basic plan, but at least you have a real plan. You're not waking up every day saying, hey, what should I post on what account? Okay, it's just not going to work, especially from the moment where you will hire an employee, okay, like a VA, and they are not going to be organized you. So you will need to organize their planning, okay? Now, for the weekly system to follow, okay? Plan weekly posts for IG, Thread, Telegram. Goal. You need like 3 image carousel per week and 1 reel per day. This is basically when you start, even though, to be honest, when you start, you can just post 1 reel per day and not even worry about the images, the carousel, or whatever, okay? Because the reels are what is going to perform the best, and you do not want to waste your time creating carousel, whatever, okay? You can also post your reel as story to get some extra traction, okay? So you can post your reel in the story directly. Use the Instagram native scheduling function. It does require a creator account, okay? But it's a native function, so you don't need any paid software or whatever to do that, okay? For thread, you can use schedule thread, okay? To schedule your thread, which is important because you're not going to be logged on your account to post 10 times per day. It's just too complicated, okay? You can then repost top performing content every 2-3 weeks. This is kind of like a hidden gem because lots of people, they don't even do it, okay? But you can actually repost the exact same content. So if a content did 10 times better than the other one, you can save it and post it again a week or 2 weeks later, okay? Without changing anything. So don't wake up asking yourself, what should I post today? What should I do? You need to have a planning before the week even starts, okay? Otherwise, you're going to be lost and you're going to stress for nothing, okay? The plan, the stuff that you need to do are very simple. Create content, and then schedule it, post it, analyze the views, etc., analyze the competition, and start again, okay? So have a plan, otherwise you will look like an amateur, okay? So you plan your content planner, you schedule, and you put it in your planning, and then you know where you are and what you are doing, all right? So yeah, we'll see each other in the next module. So this module is about the funnel, which is very important, okay? And don't think that yes, but this funnel is a bit, it's a bit simple or whatever. No, a funnel is good based on how simple it is and how like the least steps it has. Okay, you really need to have a simple funnel where your leads, okay, your potential customer are not lost and they have only one way to go, is down in the funnel. Okay, so you are going to start with social media to get their attention. Okay, so it can be on IG, on Thread, on TikTok, on X, on whatever. You need to get their attention. Once you get their attention, then you can convert them with your link in bio. We use Get All My Link most of the time, which is just cloaking basically a link which they will click on it. It will bounce on the getallmylink.com website and bounce back on your FanView account directly. Okay, and why we do that? We do that because we are not allowed to post adult content platform directly in the bio on Instagram, because obviously it's a platform for even minors, so you don't want to post 18 plus stuff on it. Okay, so first, you get their attention on social media, you convert them with the link in bio, and then you are going to sell them, okay, content on FanView. That's why the funnel needs to be very, very simple, okay? So IG is to get traffic for reach, Thread for reach. There is a step that we can add as well, which is the Telegram. You can also put the Telegram at the step of the conversion along with the Get All My Link. Why? Because Telegram is a great way to like basically save your customer base, like at least a part of your customer base, okay, on it. Even though it's kind of a secondary channel, okay, it's kind of a secondary funnel, and you obviously do not want to put this in the link in the bio, okay, because we don't want to confuse people and give them a choice. The only way they can see more of you, the only way that they can chat with you is through the FanView, okay, and not through Telegram. That's why Telegram channel, we never add it in the bio. It will just be for by like stories, etc., etc. Okay, you need to track where your traffic comes from to take good decision. So this you can track it with the Get All My Link. Okay, you can see if the content comes from IG, Thread, TikTok, or even X. Okay. When you see what is working, for example, you work with IG, Thread, and TikTok, or whatever, IG, Thread, and X, and you see that 80% of your traffic is coming from Instagram, most of the time you will most likely have to decide to fully focus like 100% on Instagram rather than just wasting your time on TikTok or on X, for example. All right? So you double down on what works and you eliminate what doesn't work, okay? But remember, marketing is not what is making you money. It's actually selling content on FanView that is going to make you money. So remember that it's only the first step of the funnel, okay? So your funnel must be good, must be simple, and you need to be also good at selling them content on FanView when they arrive on FanView.